Hey everybody, this is Hafraz Aaron from howtoscrum.com. So today I want to propose this question to you that say as a Scrum Master, you go for an interview and this question might be asked of you, or you might be as a Scrum Master facing this problem. And here's a question that I wanted to ask and then maybe go through some of the pointers that I think we need to understand as a Scrum Master. So the question is, you as a Scrum Master have been asked that, hey, you have a fixed budget and you have a fixed schedule. How would you manage the team and the scope of the project? So first of all, from the outset, you can see that this is nothing agile here. Agile, you need to say that there is a backlog with all the requirements which are prioritized, and then the product owner, it will help you to prioritize the backlog, and you take some of that work with the help of the Scrum team into the current sprint and have that started. But when you're going to say to me that there's a fixed budget and a fixed timeline, how would you manage the team and the scope of that? Well, if you think about project management, you have this kind of three constraints: the time, cost, and scope. What we're saying here is that you have restricted the time and you have restricted the cost, and the only variable that you have at your disposal that is not restricted is the scope. So in Agile, what I would answer in that case is that for Agile, is that we would not be able to say from the get-go what we will be able to deliver. But what we will say is that we will be working with a team, a Scrum team, that will probably take whatever the client or the stakeholder expects or the product owner will expect into a sprint. We will do that sprint for 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, we'll get a feedback from the product owner or the stakeholders. And we will repeat these sprints, maybe 3 of them, so 6 to 8 weeks maybe time frame. We will be able to see how much kind of scope we have managed to develop and complete. And that will give us the velocity, the number of story points or the number of stories we're able to complete within a sprint. So that is one way I would answer that. When I have a restriction on the cost and the schedule, I will be able to say that I will be able to see with the team after 3 sprints, maybe how they have done, to be able to say, well, if I know the velocity, then I know that how many kind of stories which are estimated I can complete within the specified schedule. So that is the answer to this kind of one of these kind of very unusual questions that you might be asked as Scrum Master in an interview or while you're doing a Scrum Master job. So this is how I would tackle this kind of problem. I will continue doing this kind of short videos to answer some more questions, more scenarios, so that at the end of the day, you are equipped with the answers and equipped with some tools to be able to be an effective Scrum Master. Drop me a line, if you want to talk about some other issues, how would we do with that? I will do my best to address them. Take care.